Welcome back, yogis. It's time for another yoga practice. Unroll your mat, grab some props if you'd like to use them. I'll give you a few seconds and meet you right back here. Hello again. It's always a pleasure to be here with you sharing the yoga practice. We start today with alternate nostril breathing, a great way to calm and invigorate the mind, the body. Let's begin in a comfortable cross-legged seat. I'm sitting on a block. Feel free to do the same, or anywhere that is comfortable for you. You can sit on a blanket or a bolster. Totally fine. Bring your hands to the legs, either turning palms down or up. Identify which is your right arm. Lift your right hand. So this is my right hand. It's going to look like I'm doing the opposite, but I'm doing the same side as you. Identify the right hand. Fold in your first and second fingers. Take your third finger, and that's your ring finger. Take it to the outside of the left nostril. Take a deep breath in through the right side. Place the thumb down, exhale out the left. Inhale from the left. Close it off, exhale from the right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. We're continuing like this. Inhale right. Exhale left. Feel free to close the eyes if you'd like. Inhale left. Exhale right. And continuing with your breath, matching the movement to the breath. Keeping the breath nice and even. We'll do one more breath where the exhale is on the right side. So when you exhale out the right side, you can keep the eyes closed and let both hands settle back into your lap. Just take a moment as the breath returns to a more natural rhythm, natural cadence. And just letting everything settle back. Maybe observing any changes in the way the breath feels. The alternate nostril breathing is a great way to balance the brain, the left and right brain. So using this form of pranayama is a great way to find balance in the body by starting with the breath. Bring palms to prayer at the heart. Relax your chin to your chest, and feel free if you'd like to set an intention for your practice today. And opening up the eyes if they're not already open. Let your hands just relax again onto the lap. And if you're in a cross-legged seat like I am, switch the feet so your opposite ankle will now line up in front. Reach both arms back behind you, interlace all 10 fingers, sit tall without backward bending. Just find length along the spine, soften the shoulders, then pressing palms together as best you can. Bend at your elbows and bring your hands to the outside of your right waist, above the hip. Continue finding length, and if it's reasonable to do so between the neck and the shoulders, let your right ear soften to your right shoulder. Right, some of us may get a little bit further with that depending on what's happening in the neck and in the shoulder. So please be mindful and of course modify your practice today as it makes sense. We'll release, let your head come back to neutral. Arms back behind you. You can change the grip as you interlace fingers. The opposite pinky finger will sit on top. Pressing palms together as best you can. Bend the elbows and send your hands, your fist, to the outside of the left waist. Maintaining length, again, if it feels okay to do so, let your left ear soften to your left shoulder. And just let the breath move. Take one more full breath. Let's bring everything back to neutral. Let the arms release back and release the grip, shake out the hands a little bit. Let's come onto our hands and knees, moving on with our practice. Keeping the breath moving nice and easy. So if you like to do a gentle Ujjayi breath, you can, but otherwise, just keeping the breath moving easy in and out through the nose. Spread the fingers wide, line up the wrist crease with the front edge of the mat, tuck your toes, lift into your first down dog of the day. If it feels good, you can walk out the feet. It's a nice way to get the rest of your body on board, particularly the legs here, as we wake everything up, stretch everything out. Right, and also stretching out calves, hamstrings, heels, hips also helps to release out the back. So down dog is a wonderful asana to help you relieve a lot of things in the body. Right, just keeping in mind, down dog is an inversion, so if you're someone that has high blood pressure, especially if it's untreated, be careful in your down dog. And lift the heels high, big inhale. Sink the heels down, big exhale. Come forward to plank pose, lining up the shoulders over the rest. With little readjusting, we'll bring it back to down dog. Hips high, heels relaxed to the mat. Walk your hands back to your feet. Fold over both legs back of the mat. Let's try something. We'll see if this works early on in the practice. Again, modify as you see fit. Use props if you need to here. Maybe getting a block if you choose. Your feet separate to the edges of the mat. You can angle the toes out a little bit if that helps. Put a bend in the knees, coming into a nice squat pose. Bring the palms to prayer at the heart. And let your elbows kind of settle inside the knees here. And relax the shoulders. And have a soft gaze past the nose, and the blocks would be for sitting if that needs to happen for the knees here. Let's give it another deep breath. Return your hands to the mat, lift the sit bones up, walk your feet slightly closer together until they're hip width distance. Walk your hands back out for downward facing dog. Let's put a soft bend in the knees, look forward, walk or hop your feet to the front of the mat. When you get there, fold over the legs, maintaining a few inches space between the feet, head down, roll up slow to stand. Take your time as you come up. Press down, lift up, Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Send the tailbone down, all right, lifting up slightly through the belly. Then inhale, sweep the arms around. Grab your right wrist with the left hand. Stretch up and over to your left. Come back to center. Then grab the left wrist. Stretch up and over to your right. Come back to center as you fold over the legs, interlace fingers behind the back, stretch the arms overhead, relax the head down. Send your hands and fingertips to the mat, lift the chest, step it back. You can jump it back into chaturanga if that's in your practice, or, right, if you feel ready to do that. Or just come into plank pose. You can drop the knees, chest, chin, or modify your chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhaling back to down dog or resting in child's pose. Let's give it about 3 deep breaths. One more. Good. From your down dog, look forward. When you walk or hop the feet up, step your feet outside the hands. Drop the sit bones down, coming into Malasana, your squat pose. Palms together, tailbone down, chest up, gaze past the nose. Then press down through the legs, lift all the way up. Send the prayer to the sky, maybe slight back bend. Dive over the legs and let your hands, fingertips reach to the mat. You can step the feet slightly closer together, lift the chest, step your left foot back in low lunge. Turn the back heel at a 45-degree angle, warrior one, sweep the arms all the way up. Interlace fingers, press the palms up toward the sky. Right knee bending deep. Pressing through the left heel, find length as you lift up. Then sweep the arms alongside the body, lean in warrior three, float the back leg up, hips level, 1 breath. Warrior two, step the left foot back, heel down, windmill the arms out and around. Good, then identify the left arm, the back arm, and wrap it under the right, elbows and wrists coming into eagle arms. We'll modify a skandasana here. Straighten the front leg, bend the left knee as you sit toward the left, really getting into the hips here. We'll bring it up for warrior two, release the arms back out, reverse the warrior with the right arm high. Low lunge, windmill hands to the mat, turn on the back toes. Let's meet in down dog. Feel free if you like to hold in your down dog or flow through. Give it another deep breath. Big inhale, we'll lift the right leg up. Exhale, step the right foot outside the right hand. Step your left foot outside the left hand. Bend the knees, tailbone down, Malasana, palms to prayer at the heart. Press down through the legs, lift all the way up, prayer to the sky, hips slightly forward, then dive over the legs. Lift the chest on the inhale. This time your right foot steps back in low lunge. Warrior one, the right heel to the mat, bring it all the way up. Change the grip as you interlace fingers, press the palms high. Soften the shoulders out of the ears, keep the heart opening forward. We'll flow into warrior three. The arms relax alongside the body, lean in, right leg, bring it up. Hips level as best you can. Warrior two, step back, heel down, windmill the arms out and round. Identify the right arm, that's your back arm, and slide it under the left, elbows and wrists. Skandasana to the right, straighten the left leg, bend the right knee. Sit as deep as you can reasonably go. Warrior two, come up, reach out, reversing the warrior, left arm up, low lunge, lower the hands. Down dog, Feel free to hold. Feel free to flow. Let's give it another deep breath. With your next inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, left foot outside the left hand. Right foot outside the right hand. Malasana, drop the hips down. Prayer to the heart. Press through the legs. Inhale, launch right up, hips slightly forward. Dive over the legs. Lift the chest, inhale. Exhale, left leg back again, low lunge. Warrior one, Virabhadrasana, heel down, bring it up. We're gonna add on a little bit. Interlace fingers, press the palms high. Warrior three, relax the arms alongside the body, lean in, float the back leg up. We're adding half moon, Ardha Chandrasana, drop the right arm down. Use a block if you like under the right hand and keep lifting through the left leg. Lift the left arm high. And when you're set up, that's when you look left, maybe look up. Keep the breath moving one more time. Warrior two, float back, come up, arms out. Identify the left arm, your back arm, wrap it under the right, eagle arms. Skandasana left, straighten the right leg, bend the left knee. Warrior two, come up, reach out. Reverse the warrior right arm high. Trikonasana triangle, straighten the right leg, reach the arms out, lower the right hand, lift the left. Look up if you can. Keep the breath flowing one more time. Come into your low lunge, bend the right knee, lower the hands, turn on the back toes, down dog, step back. Once again, you can hold or flow through. One more breath. With your next big inhale, we'll lift the right leg. Exhale, right foot outside the right hand. Left foot outside the left hand. Malasana, bend the knees. Prayer to the heart. Press down, then launch right up. Hips slightly forward as you lift and dive over the legs. Chest up on the inhale. Right leg back, low lunge. Warrior one, Virabhadrasana, heel down, bring it up. Change the grip, interlace fingers, press the palms high. Warrior three, float the arms alongside the body, lean in, right leg up. Adding half moon, Ardha Chandrasana, the left arm drops toward the floor. Use a block if you like. Float the right leg, right arm high. Press down and lift. When you can, turn your head to the right. Maybe look up. Reach. All right, some days are good, some days we struggle. That's okay. We just get on the mat and try. We work it out. Warrior two, float back, come up. All right, identify the right arm, back arm. Wrap it under the left, elbows and wrists, eagle arms. Skandasana to the right, bend the right knee, stretch the left leg. Warrior two, come up, reach out. Reverse the warrior, left arm high, Trikonasana triangle. Straighten the left leg, turn the arms. Lower the left hand, lift the right. Breathe. Press down and lift. Look up if you can. One more breath. Let's low lunge, bend the left knee, lower the hands, turn on the back toes. Downward facing dog, press back. Feel free to hold, feel free to flow. Good. When you get back to your down dog this time, let's lower the knees for a brief child's pose. Separate the knees, toes together. You can reach arms forward or back on the mat, whatever feels good here. Settle into space. Keep the breath moving. Let's give ourselves another deep breath or so. Let's meet in down dog. And from your downward facing dog, lift up the left leg. Exhale, left foot outside the left hand. Right foot outside the right hand. Drop the tailbone down, bend the knees, Malasana, palms together. There we go. Maybe things are feeling a little more open since we've done this a few times now. Press down, then inhale, come up, lift hips slightly forward, dive over the legs. Uttanasana. Feet hip width distance, let's Padangusthasana. Grabbing your big toes in yogi toe lock, first two fingers of each hand. Lift the chest on the inhale, then exhale, drop the head down as you fold. If you're modifying here, just take your hands to opposite elbows as you hang over the legs in ragdoll pose. Let's give it another deep breath. With your next inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, releasing out the toes. Bring hands to the waist and with a flat back, press up slow to stand. Soften the shoulders. Keep the hands on the waist. I'm going to do this facing you. We'll do some standing balance poses before bringing it all the way down. Shift your weight to the right leg and turn the left toes out, setting up Vrikshasana first, tree pose. Step the foot inside the right leg above or below the knee. Find your drishti, that's your focal point past the end of the nose. Bring the palms to prayer, lengthen the tailbone down, then lift the arms, separate the hands. If you'd like to interlace fingers and flip the palms up, feel free. If you'd like to do the add-on, the hand to toe pose, you'll take your right hand onto the waist and grab your big left toe in yogi toe lock. And the left leg extends out to the left side. Keep the standing leg solid at all times. All right, so the left knee can bend, but not the standing leg, right? Let's take another deep breath. We'll meet in tree pose and palms to prayer at the heart wherever you are. Lower the left leg, switch sides, shift your weight, turn the right toes out. And stepping your foot inside the left leg above or below the knee. Tailbone down, chest up, find your drishti past the nose, right? Just gaze at one point. Start with the prayer at the heart, then press down, lift. And you can interlace fingers, press the palms up, or if you'd like to do the add-on, remember it's just an option. The left hand rests on the waist, grabbing your big right toe in yogi toe lock. The standing leg is solid. You can bend the right knee, right? Not the standing leg. You can't build on a shaky foundation. And let's take another deep breath. Wherever you are, we meet in tree pose with the foot again against the inside of the left leg. Prayer at the heart. Lower the right leg down. Arms by your side, shake it off. Inhale, sweep the arms around. Exhale, dive over the legs. Chest up on the inhale, let's step back into plank. And from your plank pose, let's just lower both knees, hands and knees. Bring the right knee through for pigeon. Readjust your front shin, right? Your shin should be almost at a 45-degree angle from the front edge of the mat. The more flexibility you have in the hip, the more the right shin becomes parallel with the front edge of the mat. But don't overdo it here. It is possible to overdo it. Be careful. And if this is not right for you, modify on your back, doing the reverse figure 4. Sit tall, lengthen the spine, keep the hips level, use props if you need, maybe something under the right hip to keep the hips level. Otherwise, walk the hands out, relax the head down, and let's take 2 or 3 deep breaths. Just soften into the stretch and let go. Bringing your focus back to the breath, maybe your intention. One more breath. Coming out slow, slide the hands back, lift the head up. We'll roll to the outer right leg and bring the left leg around for Ardha Matsyendrasana. So the left foot steps outside the right knee. You can straighten the right leg if that feels better for the joints. Otherwise, make sure that your sit bones are level. Lengthen, wrap the right arm, twisting to your left side. One more breath. Let's come back to center. Grab a brief counter stretch, go right. Come back to the middle. As you unwrap your legs, return to hands and knees. We'll go the other way, starting with your pigeon pose. Your left knee now comes through. Readjust the left shin. Modify your pigeon if you need to. Sit tall, level the hips, use props if you like, maybe even a bolster under the torso or a block under the forehead. Level the hips, slide the hands out. Let's give it another 2 or 3 deep breaths. One more breath. Coming out easy, lift the head, bring both hands in, roll to your outer left hip. Now your right leg sweeps around, your right foot stepping outside the left leg. You can straighten out the left leg for an easier time with the joints if that is what needs to happen. Ardha Matsyendrasana, seated spinal twist, go to the right. One more breath. Let's come back to center, grab a brief counter stretch, go left. Come back to the middle, let's unwrap our legs, bending up at the knees, rolling down onto your back. Feel free to settle into Supta Baddha Konasana if you like. A nice reclining restorative stretch. Letting your hands rest on the legs or on the belly. You can put props under the knees if the hips need a little help today. Take another deep breath or so. And if this is a really comfortable spot to rest, you're welcome to stay here for the remainder of your practice, right? Otherwise, you can bring the knees in if you want to hug in the knees or take any final stretch here. Feel free. Happy baby pose or anything that helps you work out those final kinks in the body. And if you're otherwise ready, you've earned it, settling into Shavasana, extending out the legs on the mat, separate the feet, maybe support your Shavasana, roll up a blanket behind the knees or a bolster behind the knees. Let your arms drop out, turn the palms up, close your eyes. letting go of the breath and just letting everything settle back into its most natural rhythms, embracing these few moments of stillness. If you have time to do so, I encourage you to remain in Shavasana, taking a little bit longer. Otherwise, as you start to release, keep the eyes closed a little longer, roll to your side, return up to a seated position. Bringing palms together at the heart, take a moment, reflecting once again upon your intention, and always taking the time to honor your efforts and honor your practice today. I thank you for sharing your practice with me. Until we meet again on the mat, namaste.